Have you ever felt like your body was sending a secret message? A silent alarm that something isn't quite right, even though you just chalked it up to aging? Today, I'm inviting you to listen closely, because what you're about to hear could be the key to preserving the health and quality of life you deserve in your golden years. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore 6 deadly symptoms that you should never ignore once you pass the age of 60. These aren't just fleeting inconveniences or everyday aches. These are signals, clear and urgent calls for attention that could mark the beginning of something far more dangerous. Imagine waking up one morning, feeling completely drained, as if every part of you has been depleted of energy. You might think it's just another day, another bout of tiredness, but this isn't normal fatigue. This is the kind of exhaustion that creeps up unexpectedly and refuses to let go. A profound tiredness that isn't fixed by a good night's sleep or a strong cup of coffee. It's as if your body is pleading, "I'm running out of steam." When such unexplained, overwhelming fatigue appears, it may be a sign that your organs are struggling to keep up with the demands of daily life. It could be an early warning that your heart, kidneys, or even other vital systems are under stress. Take a moment to think about your everyday activities. Have you noticed that tasks you once did effortlessly now seem to drain you completely? Whether it's the simple act of taking a walk, preparing a meal, or even engaging in a conversation with a loved one, the energy you once had has suddenly vanished. This isn't just getting older, it could be your body's way of saying that something deeper is amiss. This type of fatigue is not something to dismiss lightly. It's a red flag that signals you might need to step back, reassess, and seek professional advice before a minor issue snowballs into a life-threatening emergency. Now consider another scenario that might hit you like a sudden storm, a severe, crushing pain in your chest. Picture yourself in the midst of an ordinary day when, without any forewarning, a sharp, intense pressure begins to build in your chest. It's not the kind of discomfort you'd expect from a minor muscle strain or even heartburn. It's something altogether more alarming. This pain may start as a subtle, nagging sensation and then quickly escalate, radiating to your arms, neck, jaw, or even your back. If you ever experience such chest pain, it could be a sign that your heart is under siege, possibly heralding a heart attack or an aortic dissection, where the very wall of your body's main artery is at risk of tearing apart. This kind of chest pain is often described as feeling like an unbearable weight pressing down on you, making it hard to breathe. And even if the pain seems to subside after a short while, that doesn't mean the threat has passed. The heart is a delicate organ that demands prompt attention when in distress. When this kind of symptom surfaces, it's crucial to stop what you're doing, remain calm, and seek emergency medical care without delay. Ignoring it or waiting it out could mean the difference between life and death, as every second counts when your heart is calling for help. But chest pain isn't the only symptom that can signal imminent danger. Imagine a scenario where you're sitting comfortably in your favorite chair, perhaps reading or watching television, when suddenly you feel as though the very air you breathe has thinned out. Every inhale seems insufficient, as if your body is starved of oxygen. This isn't just the result of a lazy afternoon or an occasional bout of stress. This is unexplained shortness of breath, a sudden, alarming difficulty in catching your breath that can indicate serious underlying conditions like a pulmonary embolism, where a blood clot lodges in your lungs, or even congestive heart failure, where the heart isn't pumping efficiently enough to circulate blood properly. Shortness of breath can sneak up on you gradually or hit you like a tidal wave in an instant. One moment you're comfortable, and the next, you're gasping as if you're suffocating. It's a distressing feeling that can leave you panicked and disoriented, unsure of how to regain control of your breathing. This symptom is particularly dangerous because it might be the only sign that something is gravely wrong. Whether it's a clot in your lung or a heart that is quietly failing, the sudden inability to breathe properly is a clarion call that demands immediate attention. Don't dismiss it as just a minor hiccup. Acknowledge it as your body's urgent request for help. There's also another, more insidious warning sign that might catch you off guard. Drastic and unexplained weight loss. In our culture, we often hear about the benefits of shedding extra pounds, but there's a significant difference between a deliberate, healthy weight loss and the kind that happens without warning or effort. When your body starts to shed weight unexpectedly, clothes become looser. Your belt needing to be tightened more frequently, it might not be a sign of improved fitness. Instead, it could be an indication that your body is fighting something serious, like an underlying disease or condition that's silently wreaking havoc on your system. Unintentional weight loss can be particularly alarming because it often comes with little to no explanation. You haven't changed your diet, increased your activity level, or made any other significant alterations in your lifestyle, yet the numbers on the scale are dropping. This phenomenon might be linked to advanced diseases such as cancer, where the body's metabolism is altered in a way that causes it to burn through energy reserves at an accelerated rate. But cancer isn't the only culprit. Other conditions like severe metabolic disorders, undiagnosed diabetes, or even chronic heart failure can lead to a rapid, unexpected loss of weight. Your body is not designed to shed pounds without reason, so when this happens, it's a serious warning sign that you need to listen to. Next, let's talk about something that many of us assume is just a normal part of aging: moments of confusion or changes in personality. Have you ever had those rare instances where you or someone close to you suddenly seems a bit off, forgetting familiar names, getting lost in thought, or even acting out of character? While occasional forgetfulness might be attributed to the natural aging process, a rapid onset of confusion or disorientation is far from normal. It can be a symptom of a stroke, a brain infection, or even a neurological disease that requires immediate medical evaluation. Imagine a moment when you're engaged in a conversation and you find yourself or your loved one suddenly unable to follow the thread of the discussion. It might start as a mild lapse, but quickly escalate into complete disorientation, where the person doesn't recognize familiar faces or surroundings. This isn't just a momentary lapse. It's a signal that the brain might be under distress, whether from a transient ischemic attack, often referred to as a mini-stroke, or from more severe neurological conditions like advanced Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia. These episodes are not just frustrating or embarrassing. They are potential indicators that something is seriously wrong with the brain's function. When such mental changes occur abruptly and without clear cause, they should be taken as an urgent warning to seek medical help before irreversible damage occurs. Finally, we come to a symptom that might initially be mistaken for a common stomachache, but is, in reality, a sign of a much graver problem: severe and persistent abdominal pain. Think back to those times when you've experienced a dull, nagging discomfort in your abdomen that you attributed to indigestion, or perhaps a minor case of gas. Now imagine that pain intensifies dramatically. It becomes sharp, deep, and unyielding, refusing to fade away no matter what you do. This is not just discomfort. It's your body's alarm system going off, indicating that something inside might be failing. Severe abdominal pain can be the first sign of several critical conditions. One of the most dangerous is a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm, a situation where a weakened spot in the body's main artery bursts open, leading to catastrophic internal bleeding. Another possible cause is an intestinal blockage, where the flow of blood and essential nutrients to your intestines is suddenly cut off, potentially resulting in life-threatening complications. Even conditions like pancreatitis, which causes inflammation of the pancreas, or severe gallbladder attacks can present with excruciating pain that radiates through your abdomen and back. When such pain strikes, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like fever, vomiting, or a rapid decline in your overall condition, it's not something to be taken lightly. This is your body's desperate cry for help, urging you to seek immediate medical care. Throughout our lives, we become accustomed to certain aches and pains as part of the aging process. But it's essential to understand that while some discomfort might be inevitable, there are distinct warning signs that should never be ignored. Each of these 6 symptoms, unexplained extreme fatigue, sudden and severe chest pain or pressure, difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, drastic and unexplained weight loss, sudden confusion or changes in personality, and severe, persistent abdominal pain are not just isolated events. They are interconnected signals that your body is working hard to communicate that something may be fundamentally wrong. I want you to know that the purpose of sharing this information isn't to instill fear, but to empower you. Your body is an incredible, resilient system that, when given proper care, can continue to serve you well into your later years. But it's also true that early detection of these warning signs can be the difference between a manageable condition and a life-threatening emergency. By paying attention to these signals and taking swift, decisive action, you can be proactive in preserving your health and well-being. If you ever experience any of these symptoms, it's critical to listen to that inner voice, a voice that is trying to tell you that it's time to seek help. Don't dismiss these signs as mere inconveniences or attribute them solely to aging. Instead, treat them as important messages from your body that deserve your immediate attention. Ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me right now? And if the answer points to any of these concerning symptoms, don't wait. Whether it's booking an appointment with your doctor, undergoing necessary tests, or simply having a conversation about your health with someone you trust, taking action is the best way to ensure that you stay on top of your health. There is also a powerful truth to remember. Early detection is key. When conditions are caught early, the available treatments and interventions can be significantly more effective. A delay in addressing these symptoms can allow a manageable issue to escalate into something far more dangerous, potentially limiting your treatment options and impacting your quality of life. And while it might feel overwhelming to deal with the prospect of serious health issues, remember that knowledge is power. Understanding these warning signs and knowing how to respond can arm you with the tools to take control of your health destiny. Let's take a deeper look at what might be happening behind the scenes when these symptoms appear. When you experience that sudden, inexplicable fatigue, your body might be diverting energy to cope with a condition that is already in progress. For example, your heart could be working overtime to compensate for reduced function. Or your immune system might be in a state of overdrive, fighting off an infection that has quietly taken hold. This kind of fatigue isn't just a symptom, it's a cry for help from your body's inner workings, a sign that the systems keeping you alive are under duress. And then there's that ominous chest pain, a signal that your heart, the engine of your entire body, is struggling to meet your body's demands. It's important to understand that heart problems don't always announce themselves with dramatic fanfare. Sometimes, they start subtly, with discomfort, that you might mistakenly believe to be a minor inconvenience. But when this discomfort intensifies, radiates, or comes on suddenly, it's a clear signal that urgent medical care is needed. In these moments, hesitation can be deadly. The heart is unforgiving when it comes to damage, and the sooner you seek help, the better your chances of preserving its function. Breathing is another critical function that we often take for granted until it starts to fail us. When you experience unexplained shortness of breath, it's not merely a sign of getting older. It's a stark indicator that something might be disrupting the very oxygen supply that your body needs to thrive. Your lungs, your heart, and your blood vessels all work in concert to ensure that every cell receives the oxygen it requires. And any interruption in this delicate balance can have dire consequences. Whether it's a blood clot that has lodged itself in your lungs or a failing heart that can no longer keep up with your body's demands, the inability to breathe properly is a symptom that should never be ignored. Unintended weight loss, too, carries its own hidden dangers. When your body loses weight without any conscious effort on your part, it might be a sign that it's fighting a battle on multiple fronts. Your metabolism might be out of balance, or your body could be diverting energy to combat an insidious disease that is slowly sapping your strength. While a leaner physique is often celebrated in many contexts, when weight loss happens without a healthy plan behind it, it signals that your body's equilibrium is off kilter. This is your body's way of telling you that it's no longer absorbing or utilizing nutrients the way it should, and that the energy reserves you once relied upon are rapidly depleting. Perhaps one of the most unsettling signs is the abrupt onset of confusion or changes in your personality. Our minds, much like our bodies, have their own ways of communicating distress. When the clarity of thought that you've depended on throughout your life suddenly begins to falter. When moments of forgetfulness or disorientation become more frequent or severe, it's a stark reminder that your brain might be struggling. The brain is a complex organ, vulnerable to disruptions that can have far-reaching consequences. Whether it's a mini-stroke, an infection, or the early stages of a neurodegenerative disease, sudden mental changes are a call to action. A call to have your mind evaluated by professionals who can help determine what might be going wrong. And finally, the excruciating abdominal pain that refuses to subside is perhaps one of the most direct pleas for attention from your body. Unlike the occasional stomach ache that follows a heavy meal or a bout of indigestion, this pain is relentless and unyielding. It's a physical manifestation of something critical happening internally, a sign that your organs might be in distress. Conditions such as a ruptured aneurysm, intestinal blockages, or severe infections can all begin with this kind of deep, persistent pain. When you experience this symptom, it's essential to act immediately. Do not wait. Do not hope that it will simply go away on its own. Instead, recognize that this pain is your body's urgent way of signaling that a serious condition might be unfolding, one that requires swift and decisive intervention. I want you to imagine for a moment the value of acting on these warnings early. Picture a scenario where you notice a slight change, a little more fatigue than usual, a moment of confusion that lasts a bit longer than normal, or a subtle shift in your breathing. It might seem inconsequential at first, something you can easily dismiss as just another part of aging. But those small signals, when ignored, have the potential to evolve into something much more dangerous. The real power lies in your ability to recognize these symptoms early and take proactive steps to address them. By doing so, you're not only safeguarding your health, you're empowering yourself to live a fuller, more vibrant life. Throughout this journey, remember that you are not alone. Many people in their later years face these challenges, and the first step toward overcoming them is awareness. The more you understand about these warning signs, the better prepared you will be to respond when they arise. There is no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's a sign of strength and wisdom to recognize that your body is speaking to you and to act on that knowledge without delay. It is only by facing these challenges head-on that you can continue to enjoy life's blessings, whether that means spending more time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, or simply enjoying the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're taking the best possible care of yourself. So as you listen to these words, take a moment to reflect on your own health. Are there changes you've noticed that you might have been too quick to dismiss? Have you experienced that deep, unyielding fatigue, or perhaps that sudden bout of confusion that left you feeling disoriented? These aren't just ordinary signs of aging. They are potent messages from your body, urging you to pay attention and take action. And the truth is, by taking action now, you're not just protecting yourself, you're also setting a powerful example for your family and friends. Your awareness can be a catalyst for change, inspiring those around you to be more vigilant about their own health. I encourage you to share this knowledge with others. Talk to your friends, your family, and your community about the importance of recognizing these symptoms. Often, a conversation that starts with a simple observation can lead to someone else noticing a dangerous sign and getting the help they need. In doing so, you're not only safeguarding your own health, you're contributing to a collective effort that could very well save lives. Let's review these 6 critical warning signs once more, so that they're fresh in your mind. First, there's unexplained extreme fatigue more than just being tired. It's a profound exhaustion that creeps in unexpectedly, signaling that your body is struggling. Second, severe chest pain or pressure is a crushing, intense pain that could indicate a heart attack or a tear in your major artery. Third, difficulty breathing or shortness of breath when each breath feels like a battle for oxygen, a clear indication that your cardiovascular or respiratory systems might be in distress. Fourth, drastic and unexplained weight loss when your body sheds pounds without a clear reason, hinting at underlying conditions that could be dangerous. Fifth, sudden confusion or changes in personality is a sign that your brain may be under duress from a stroke, infection, or neurological condition. And finally, severe and persistent abdominal pain is a deep, unyielding pain that could be the precursor to a life-threatening internal emergency. Each of these symptoms demands a serious and immediate response. It's essential to understand that early detection and prompt medical intervention can dramatically alter the outcome. Don't wait until these symptoms worsen to the point where treatment options become limited. Instead, make it a priority to stay vigilant, to monitor any changes in your body, and to seek professional advice as soon as something feels off. Remember, the information you've heard today is not meant to replace the expertise of your healthcare provider. Rather, it's meant to serve as a guide and a reminder that you are your own best advocate when it comes to your health. When you notice any of these alarming signs, trust your instincts. Trust that your body is trying to communicate with you, and don't hesitate to get the help you need. Taking prompt action might mean the difference between a manageable condition and a crisis that threatens your well-being. Now, I want you to consider this. Your body has spent decades supporting you through life's adventures, through moments of joy, challenges, and everything in between. It has been your steadfast companion, adapting and evolving as you've grown older. It deserves your respect, your attention, and your care. In return, It provides you with the opportunity to continue experiencing life's precious moments. But this delicate balance can only be maintained if you're attuned to its signals, if you're proactive in addressing any warning signs that arise. I urge you to take a proactive approach to your health. Schedule regular checkups, talk openly with your doctors about any changes you've noticed, and don't be afraid to ask questions. The more informed you are, the better prepared you will be to take charge of your well-being. And if you ever find yourself feeling uncertain or overwhelmed by these symptoms, reach out to someone, a friend, a family member, or a healthcare professional who can offer guidance and support. Ultimately, the goal here is to empower you to live your life to the fullest. By being aware of these 6 critical warning signs, you are taking the first step towards ensuring that you continue to enjoy the freedom, independence, and joy that comes with a healthy, active life. It's about being proactive, about making choices that prioritize your well-being, and about never ignoring the whispers or sometimes shouts of your body when it needs attention. As we conclude this message, I want you to carry this thought with you. Every symptom is a clue, a piece of the puzzle that makes up your overall health. Do not let complacency or the belief that this is just part of getting older cloud your judgment. Instead, listen attentively to what your body is telling you. Every change, every unusual sensation is an opportunity to catch a potential problem before it becomes a full-blown crisis. And by acting on these signs early, you're not only taking control of your health, you're also securing a future where you can continue to enjoy the experiences, relationships, and moments that matter most. So if you've ever experienced unexplained fatigue that leaves you drained, if sudden chest pain has ever caught you off guard, if catching your breath has suddenly become a struggle, if your clothes fit looser without any deliberate effort, if moments of confusion have left you questioning your memory, or if abdominal pain has made its unwelcome appearance, take these as serious signals. These are not mere inconveniences. They are your body's urgent messages, demanding that you seek help and take proactive steps to safeguard your health. In a world where time waits for no one, the decision to act immediately on these symptoms can be transformative. It can be the difference between enjoying another day of laughter and companionship and facing a health crisis that could have been prevented. The time to act is now, not later. Empower yourself with knowledge, trust your instincts, and never hesitate to seek the medical advice that you deserve. Your body is your most valuable asset. Cherish it, protect it, and honor it by taking every warning sign seriously. This is your call to action. Be vigilant, be proactive, and above all, be kind to yourself. Your health is the foundation upon which every aspect of your life is built. By paying attention to these critical warning signs, you're not only investing in your future, you're also ensuring that you can continue to share your wisdom, love, and experiences with those who matter most. Now, take a deep breath, reflect on these words, and remember that the journey to a healthier life begins with awareness. Listen to your body and let its signals guide you toward a path of early detection, prompt care, and ultimately, a vibrant life. The power to change the course of your health lies in your hands, and by acting now, you're taking the most important step you can take for yourself and for those you love. Let these insights sink in, and let them serve as a reminder that every moment matters. Your life, your health, and your future are far too precious to ignore even the smallest warning signs. Stay alert, stay informed, and above all, stay proactive in safeguarding your well-being. Because when it comes to your health, there's no time like the present to make a difference.